Hello and welcome to Frank's School. Well, this video that you're about to see, I'm introducing it. It's the hike up Picon. Picon is the Picon. Picon is the name of this little mountain stream that comes rushing down or falling down the mountainside. Now, things to look at. The stonework is unbelievable. I spend probably more time or as much time filming the stonework as I do the water. And I apologize a little bit for my moving camera from yesterday, the approach to Phelon and Picon. I don't know if I'll ever get over that. Plus I was hiking up the mountain. But I'm better with this. It's almost like you can tell from the first shot on that a stillness has fallen upon me. I'm almost struck mute by what I see. The stonework, is there mortar? I saw no evidence of mortar. So I think no. But what stonework, if that's the case? And it probably is the case. If there's mortar, the mortar's right in the very core of the wall. Because at one point, you can see the wall on both sides. Inside as well, or both sides of the wall, and they both look the same. It's really amazing stonework. The the area, I make the comment several times that it's been mowed, and we were lucky that it was just mowed. Well, I don't think it was mowed. I think that's an American take on it. You know, I knew it couldn't be mowed with a regular lawnmower, but I thought, well, maybe with a string trimmer. Well, I think that was stupid. I thought about that, and I thought, well, where did it throw everything that it mowed? And then I thought, oh, they made the hay. Of course, they weren't going to waste that. They made the hay. But then I thought more about that, and I thought, really? And I think it's been grazed. I think it had been just recently intensely grazed, and I think by sheep. That's what I think now. I saw no evidence that the sheep had been there. From droppings, but I think that's what it is. And one of the reasons I think about that is the grass growing right along the water side is higher. And at first I thought, well, it just grew faster because it had the water after it had been mowed. I don't think so. I think that's a matter of taste. I think that grass maybe isn't quite as tasty. Maybe it did come back quicker, and I may be wrong, maybe it was mowed, but in any case I felt very lucky that it was like that, because you could see all the details of the stonework. This was done by a community effort. I still haven't taken the time to read the entire signs, but I read parts of it, and it was done about 15 years ago. I think they began it or completed it. Well, I think it ought to be famous. That place ought to be famous. I don't want to spoil it by having it just covered with all kinds of tourists, but it deserves that. It is so remarkable. And as I was there, and then as I was watching the video, I thought to myself, this is one of the most beautiful places on earth, by my measure. I haven't very often had that feeling. I've been in many, many very beautiful places. But to think that I may be in one of the most beautiful places on earth at this moment. I had that thought. And I had that thought as I watched it. I had that thought, there might only be one C here. I had that thought when I was in Machu Picchu. And then I thought, this is the most beautiful place on earth. I also had that thought when I first drove up into Le Valais in Switzerland. The first time I ever saw that a world could look like that. And sometimes I feel that way where I live, that this is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Well, one of the reasons I say that, though, is not only because it's a mountain, there's waterfalls, there's a pretty view. It also has to do with that relationship between man and the mountain. Certainly that's there in it's there in Machu Picchu, it's there in Valais. It's not just a pretty sight. You could go out west and look at the Rocky Mountains, and they're gorgeous, sure. But there's something about that intimate relationship where I'm having some trouble explaining that, but maybe you can see it. When you see that those mills seem to have just almost grown out of the mountain, where did all that stone come from? It must have come from right there. And then, as I had said, we were lucky. Shirley and I had had some bad luck in Lisbon when she got sick, and when I missed I'd had some bad luck on this trip, but we were lucky that day. What a beautiful day, and what a day that was. And to be there, not only, had I been there completely alone, I think it would have been tragic for me, because how could I have shared it? But to have been there with a close friend, it just made it all the more wonderful. So I have to say, what a day. And there's more to come. In the next video, I'll show you the way down. And going down, it's not called Picon, it's called Ufalon. And that you'll see next time. So I sure hope you enjoy this. Bye for now.